You know, there comes a time in every young girl's life where they're forced to give their opinion on a PS5 event, and I feel like I was very happy with the amount of AAA games on screen. Sony did a great job with their delivery. They showed a lot of really, really cool stuff. I thought it was a balanced, well-paced show, but really, the problems began for me after the show ended. Let's get into it. What is happening, guys? Dealer back again with yet another video. Sony finally having their PS5 event where they reveal price, they show a bunch of games, and to be clear, I've got good and bad things to really say. Unlike my last PS5 event reaction where I kind of enjoyed the event, though it had some lulls and I made fun of some things, at the end of the day, this event was actually better, but the post-show stuff is really where I started kind of side-eyeing. Oh, by the way, Sony's glorious PS5 exclusives, you know, the ones that are only possible because of the SSD, those aren't only on PS5. How odd is that? That's amazing. You know what's amazing? Is the fact that you got such a crazy group of radicals on Twitter that just make stuff up when they don't know anything. So apparently the sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn, I'm hearing that's on PS4 as well. Spider-Man Miles Morales is now confirmed for PS4. Imagine that. Now, to be clear, that's a good thing. Everyone bitching about this, shut up. This is how it should be. If you needed a game to vindicate your plastic purchase, then you are not safe gaming anywhere except for Nintendo. There's nothing wrong with you having the option to play the game in more places. It doesn't make a game worse. Red Dead 2 was not worse because I could play it on the PC or the PlayStation. I still played it on Xbox where I prefer to play. Now, when it comes to these games coming to PS4, like many of you said they wouldn't, hey, think about it. They're both x86. Game design seems well within limitations. Duh. They want to send their games to more and more platforms. That's why you're seeing them on PC. Now, obviously, we've all got to take a little moment of silence for all the little trolls, the radicals, preaching 2005 logic. But that's not how things work anymore. And it's crazy that you are just now seeing this. It's crazy that you are just now perceiving that these games would work on PS4. Anyway, we'll let those guys recover in the background and we'll get into the specifics. Holy crap. So we're going to cover all the games here. Really, I want to start with the PS5 as the main topic, the price, all of that stuff, why they have $100 difference with the disc drive. So PS5, they did confirm it is $399 US. They did also confirm the disc-based one is $499 US. Yes, that is quite the delta between a disc and a discless version of a console. And no, it doesn't make sense. You're right. It really doesn't make sense. Sony have been tasked with a very difficult decision to try to make up for the losses they are forced to take on the $400 PS5 because they know there is a delta there between it and the Xbox Series X when it comes to performance. And as a result, they're saying, hey, if you want a disc drive, then you've got to pay us enough to not only make up the difference for maybe some of that loss, but we're probably going to make a little bit of profit on the system as well. It's something that they've tried to do. It is purely the result of trying to balance out the loss that they're taking. And again, no, it doesn't make sense. It's not pro-consumer, but it is a disc option if you are somebody that relies on that format. I'm glad there is an option, but at the end of the day, purely the result of competition. Series X has put them in a difficult spot when it comes to performance. The Lockhart has the low end locked down, and PS5 nailed the price point that I expected it to hit at $400, with the Series X coming in at $500. Sounds very familiar because I've been saying this for, well, a year, maybe more, and I've not once changed those targets. It's really, really awesome that Sony were able to meet that, or rather willing to take a loss to get it to that price point. They did what they needed to do to make PS5 a great value, and it's a definite buy. But at the end of the day, if you're one of those that have been saying, well, why do you need an Xbox Series X? You can play those games on PC. Well, think about that when you're talking about your Spider-Man or your Horizon Zero Dawn. At the end of the day, I'm still getting a PS5, even though I can play Spider-Man on my PS4. Really, you're buying new, better hardware for the performance. The games will scale, especially now that everything is x86 to x86 for the first time ever in console gaming. The games will scale well, provided the design does not exceed current limitations. And expect cross-generation titles like this. Sony have just proven that. Microsoft are proving that. So again, PS5, yeah, price is where I thought it might be, and of course, I think it's a great buy at that price if you can get your hands on one. Let me know if you're getting a PS5 down below, and let me know what games you're going to buy for it. Are you going to buy the games that are confirmed to be on PS4 as well? Is this worth upgrading just for the performance, or do you need a certain game's exclusivity to vindicate your plastic purchase? Let me know down below and inform RTX 3080 owners that they should have never bought that card because there are no games exclusively for the 3080. Next up, we'll rewind and go back through the list of games that they did actually show at this event. Again, a lot of games, give them props. I thought it was well paced. They did actually show Final Fantasy running on PC hardware, supposed to be indicative of PS5 graphics. I have no reason to doubt that. It is, according to what I know, a timed exclusive, along with many other titles. This has come out after the event, and this is part of what I mean by the smoke and mirrors. We've talked about this on the Microsoft side. You gotta call Sony out too. So Final Fantasy, you can expect that to at some point come to Xbox. It does come to PC as well, another not exclusive. So if you're one of those people that have been against that when it comes to Xbox games being on PC, well, you don't need a PS5 to play this game either. So really, are you still gonna play on console where you prefer, or are you gonna go invest in that's up to you. Personally, if I was a fan of console gaming, I'd probably get it on the console. I don't care if I can play it on PC. Spider-Man Miles Morales, they also went into detail and showed a really cool gameplay segment of this title. They showed off a little bit of ray tracing on the ground here. Again, this game was confirmed to come to PS4 today, which is absolutely so hilarious to me for multiple reasons. Now, somebody who said this over and over, hey, Spider-Man Miles Morales should be on the PS4. There is no design restriction that should hold it off of that hardware. I mean, guys were mad at me for saying this, right? Well, it's got ray tracing. That's scalable. They can turn that on and off. That's not design, right? Well, they finally confirmed today Spider-Man Miles Morales is actually going to be on PS4 as well. Finally. Meanwhile, everyone else just wasted 2 or 3 months talking about how Spider-Man really leverages the PS5, that it's only possible thanks to the PS5's SSD. I know, sounds silly, right? Well, yeah, all of that conversation was enabled thanks to this lack of transparency. And as somebody who talks about games, and as somebody who prefers the opposite brand, but doesn't feel the need to bash on Sony constantly, I saw this in my comments so many times. I saw people on Twitter telling me I didn't know what I was talking about when I was saying Spider-Man should be on the PS4. There is no reason whatsoever. And I wasn't the only one. I feel like this is common sense. But because Sony didn't say anything, this was a bunch of wasted energy on behalf of their most radical fans. Congratulations, hand yourself an L. Again, let me know where you'll play Miles Morales down below. Hey, they also showed off a new Harry Potter game from Warner Brothers. This game was leaked quite a while ago. It is a multi-platform title, and I guess if you're a fan, this is kind of the only option in town. Not that that's a bad thing. It kind of looks decent. I know the graphics are pretty good on it. Let me know your thoughts on that down below. Now, Call of Duty, I was actually, I was feeling some Call of Duty. I gotta be honest, it was really nice to see Call of Duty back at a presentation, just because I miss graphics. I feel like the drought has gone on too long. I'm losing all concept of what it means to have big games to look forward to right now. And honestly, I was really actually kind of impressed by Call of Duty. I actually really liked this little demo they showed off, and I can't show too much of it, obviously, so you might notice not even Call of Duty footage here because Activision like to flag everything that has they hate for your advertising, basically. Next up, Resident Evil Village. This is Resident Evil 8. Just call it what it is, Capcom. Jeez, this is actually a true next-gen title for all of you that really wanted the next-gen leveraged. Honestly, again, Resident Evil 8, I think it looks pretty good. I don't think they've done a great job showing it off in terms of the quality of the footage they've shown. It's always been kind of a lower bitrate, even their trailers. It's kind of weird, but at the end of the day, you know it's going to look phenomenal. Resident Evil 7 looked almost photorealistic at times. Resident Evil 8 will release in 2021 for your PS5, your Xbox Series console, and PC. Deathloop, which is a timed exclusive according to what I know. I do not care at all about this game. I just don't know why. Oddworld, basically Abe's Odyssey for next generation consoles. I don't know why he, of all people, was saying that this is possible thanks to the power of PS5 and obviously the next Xbox. I mean, I feel like it's around 360, but that's just me. I don't really care about this game. Let me know your thoughts on it down below. Five Nights at Freddy's, I don't care. Demon Souls. Oh, this game looked fire. And apparently this is going to be a day one release, according to Jeff Keighley. It'll also be on PC, and there are some rumblings out there that it is timed in some way for console, but I really doubt that. Japan Studio did help make this title, so it may never see an Xbox platform. this may be one of the few games that I am forced to, well, never mind, I can buy it on PC. They also showed off a Fortnite update for the PS5. No one cares. The PS Plus collection, there's some confusion out there about that. Apparently, if you get a PS5 and you got a PS Plus, then you get a new car. I have no clue what's happening. And they ended the show with a God of War, basically what should be called God of War Ragnarok, if that's not already confirmed. They ended with a teaser for God of War. No actual footage, just a voiceover, a logo. Guess what? It was enough to hype people up, and we already knew this game was coming. I don't really think this should even really affect scores of a show too much, given that we already knew this was coming. It hasn't even been that long since the last one, and I'll tell you what, as a massive fan of the last God of War, it's one of the best games ever made in my opinion, along with Witcher 3. I am looking forward to this, but did it do anything to get me hyped up at all? No, because it's kind of common sense. I already knew this was coming. I was already going to buy it. If they would have shown me something running on PS5, I would have probably been a little bit more excited, but again, my hype is already really up there for the sequel that they did confirm is coming in 2021. I predict that this will get pushed back to 2022. Let me know your thoughts on that down below. Look, again, I enjoyed the event. I enjoyed aspects of the event. I definitely enjoyed the gameplay. I enjoyed their pacing. I enjoyed their executives get out of the way, let the games talk. Not only games, but bigger games. That's what I'm interested in as a hardcore gamer that is buying the top tier box. From Microsoft, I want games that push the hardware. And I think Sony did a better job showing it either first party or third that actually leverage graphics. And thankfully, we can just assume, thanks to the Delta, that those games will all look better on Series X, right? So they basically did show off a bunch of Series X games, albeit maybe at a lower fidelity. Though none of it really matters because it's on a stream anyway. Those PS5 games are going to look fantastic. All of these games are going to look fantastic. The stream really didn't do it justice, which really, I really would beg these guys to stop streaming these events and just release it at a full 4K 60 high bit rate, because you're really doing your games, all of the work, all of the developers, your platform, your console, everything a big disservice by streaming this stuff. I get that you want to make it an event, but it's not worth it. Show it at its full fidelity. Like my YouTube videos, I try to upload these at insanely high quality. So everything you're seeing on screen now was pretty much the best of what I could capture from a relatively low quality stream. It really doesn't matter what kind of internet you have. I've got gigabit. It's just there are so many people watching it that they are kind of capped out on what kind of fidelity they can offer. These guys need to just upload these presentations 4K 60 high bit rate, forget the live stream, and really the gamers and information wise, everyone will thank you for the accuracy of your presentation will be that much better. And you're really not doing PS5 a service there. You're not doing Xbox Series X a service there. Show people what these games can really do. And I thought a lot of these games looked really good. So look, at the end of the day, I liked the event, meaning what I saw on screen. But after Sony came out and revealed that not only have we not been telling you the full story and we've been pitching these games to you as a reason you have to get a PS5, I don't know. I guess it's not, I don't like that. I don't know what it is. It just feels like you're trying to trick me. And after months and months and months of their most radical, often most misinformed fans running around touting and speaking on all this crap and having to sit there and listen to it, or read it, or just even be near it, it really, maybe that has a multiplier effect. It's like velocity architecture, but for fuck faces. I don't know what's happening. It's just one of those things where when you finally reveal where these games are actually going, like Horizon Zero Dawn sequel and Spider-Man, after pitching that they're designed and they're only possible in PS5 in some cases, while also their fan base run around talking about this stuff and why Spider-Man would never work on PS4 and the real generational shift and how Sony are doing things traditionally. No, can't you see they're copying Microsoft's exact model? It's very obvious, and I'm just blown away that these people figured out how to plug a keyboard in the first place to even type online. I guess really I'm trying not to factor in so much that I deal a lot with the community surrounding the product and not the product itself. And I guess if I ignore all of that, well, I would have a lot less of a reason to rant than Look, at the end of the day, good event. I don't like some of the marketing and the misinformation that was created by the fan base because Sony were not transparent. And again, I guess it's a great thing Microsoft were. They didn't give their fans the wrong idea. And as a lot of these guys are finding out, they just got kicked in the face so so hard because their Lord and Savior Sony didn't tell them what was happening, and it really led them down the wrong path. So I feel sorry for those guys. We'll let them recover in the background in the dumpster somewhere, and maybe I focused too much on them. I don't really care. I'm just speaking my mind here. The event overall, I've said it a million times, gameplay good, policy in terms of how they've marketed and they've revealed where these games are going to actually be, yeah, not good. And in that way, I think it's their best and worst event ever, because you cannot deny that the gameplay, the presentation, all that stuff was good, but it was followed by the worst tidal wave of information from Sony to their hardcore fans that have been saying the exact opposite for 6-7 months or more. It was probably the worst tidal wave of post-show press release I've seen all generation. Yeah, it was crazy that they just were not transparent to begin with, like their competitor. But, you know, maybe that says something. Let me know what you think that might say down below. And of course, if you're still here, which statistically most of you aren't, hit that like button, show a buddy or two, subscribe. Do appreciate it, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.